Hello world, this is Manilyn with a Critical 4 crew thinking shit through one podcast at a time.
I'm your daddy.
Just remember, heroes die, but legends never do.
Thought you would just say Excelsior.
No, I'm not going to use this word. I'm not the great and all-powerful Stan Lee. I can't use that word.
Nope.
So I will say my own word. Manilyn. For Stan Lee.
Whoa.
Now don't you start stripping for Stanley.
It's too late. I'm already half nude.
This isn't how he would want to be remembered.
Let me go and break it down for everybody. We were very upset and sad that Stan passed away, but obviously he did live a good long life, 95 years. Not a lot of people make it that far.
He brought joy to the world. He brought a lot of happiness to a lot of people, and I bet that's how he would want to be remembered.
And hopefully, Rick doesn't fat finger this one.
I didn't fat finger the other one.
Well, I meant to say the drive.
I love your dog. You love my dog?
I haven't seen your dog.
But he loves it anyway.
Your dog's a racist. They don't like Mexicans. True Mexicans.
It senses evil.
Then how's that next to you?
I ain't evil.
So
Last time didn't that thing say you were 666% evil?
So like every time Miguel calls or something, his dogs start barking.
It's like,
She's fast.
It was introduced by Meg and Rick last time.
Okay, all right. You guys had her prep beforehand. All right, nice.
I'm your daddy.
Wow, very committed to the label, huh?
From now on, that's going to be my tagline. No longer is that a code
Daddy
for sex.
Meg.
We're going to lose legend.
It happens.
I'm going to go eventually, and you guys are going to have to
Shut up, Miguel. You're not allowed to die.
Exactly.
Wow.
You can't die on me.
But you're not a legend.
In my own mind.
Does that count? Wait.
I'm Magellus Majesticus.
That's an evil legend, though. It's not a...
Doesn't matter.
Fame or infamy, it's all the same. No publicity's bad publicity.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Critical Thinking Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle, along with my co-host,
Rick the Rizzo, and our other co-host,
Sean.
And the other Mexican in the room, Miguel G.
and this is a critical look at all things gaming, movies, collectibles, and so much more.
Welcome to episode 107 here as we are bowing our heads right now for a nice somber moment for a legend who has passed, Stan Lee. You will be missed. Excelsior. And I don't know what else to say about that, guys. That really hit me pretty hard today. So let's go to something happier. Rick, how was your weekend?
Weekend happier.
Making that money. Making the greenbacks.
I wish. I made the same amount I did last week and had the same amount of rides. And I was all like, what the hell did Miguel do to me?
How did you shit? I was gonna say you got the curse.
Got the hex on him.
That's right. You got the what was it that the guy had you got the shanks.
I got the shanks.
You got the shanks.
I mean, I did have a couple interesting rides, though. It was kind of fun, at the times, because I picked up one guy with a fur coat.
Joe Namath?
No.
Male prostitute?
No.
Close.
But, I was taking him to some kind of rave, whatever, and just him talking in the back, I got him relaxed to where I was like, oh, the way he started talking, I was like, oh,
You got him relaxed.
When you
slipped him something?
No.
What kind of Uber is this shit?
It's just like you when you get everybody relaxed.
I don't know.
Miguel's like, what? See, he knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, hello, welcome.
I don't know. This is going some next level darkness shit here. I don't know what we're talking about.
Welcome to Uber Ease Drive.
Broke the ice, where it got comfortable. And then Tyler's like, oh, this guy, he could be on the funny side,
What does that mean? The funny side. Is he a comedian?
Yes.
Okay.
Because afterwards I said, they go, oh, you must be fabulous. And he busted out laughing, which he gave me a $6 tip, which I was okay with.
So you were saying this man was one of those, yeah. I got you. Okay, we're We're here. We're fair. We believe in everything. It was gay. I got you. So he gave you $6 tip on that because you said fabulous.
Yeah, made him laugh.
Yeah.
It was rolling. It was funny.
He probably wanted your rolls.
Well, I don't know if anybody wanted my rolls.
I don't know, bro. You working that smooth talking, bro. You going with your silver tongue self.
I was learning about watching you.
I didn't get no damn tips.
Yeah, you got tips, didn't you?
No, I still didn't see no damn tips.
You got no.
I got some
green
good
check marks.
No.
When you get green check marks on your thing, if you look at your Ubers,
No.
you go to all your rides. If you get green check marks, that means they give you.
I ain't got no tip. I ain't even got enough stars, bro. I'm still starless.
You still starless?
I got two great excellent rides and 2 great excellent conversations, but I ain't got no tips and no stars.
Damn.
I know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're like Budweiser and I'm like beer. The white label can beer.
I'm Budweiser and you're Bush.
No, I'm not even the high product. I'm like the cheap ass beer. That white can with the black letters, beer from back in the day. So Sean, how was your weekend?
It kind of sucked because I was sick. All my siblings were sick, so I was having to play the nursemaid, nanny, take care of everybody inside of the building. And while I was actually kind of passed out myself too, so
paging Nurse Sean.
Yeah, I could do the cosplay for you, Miguel. Anyway. It was all right though. It wasn't the worst. I mean, I've had way worse.
You better wear that
before.
red stripe uniform, the candy stripe.
What, the mankini?
No.
But anyway, I mean, overall, it wasn't really that bad, honestly. So we just, ended up kind of watching cartoons over the weekend and, still had to make dinner. My parents went up to Dallas, so I was there watching all these sick kids. And I was like, well, this could be worse. I could have something like influenza B and be puking out my guts for a week or something, so it wasn't nearly as bad as that. So overall, I had a good bonding time with them. I got to play some old classic StarCraft with my 2 brothers, since one was actually from work since he couldn't go and work. And then the younger guy's always there anyway. So we got all 3 laptops out and we were networking on some classic StarCraft on the expansion pack. So we had a lot of fun with that.
Not just kidding. No, that sounds pretty cool, man. That's great. It's always a good time to spend time with family and enjoy old school games and crap like that.
How was your weekend, Miguel?
Well, I was going to ask him something about his weekend there. He mentioned something I wanted to say.
We'll say.
I'm trying. Say it. I was trying to, but I done forgot. Thanks to your jibber jabber going on over there. My weekend sucked. I didn't get to do anything but work. Work.
Got overtime though, didn't you?
Yeah, but see, the thing with that is where I work at, they don't let us keep it, so I wind up getting off early or taking a longer lunch, so it really kind of sucks. So you wind up wasting your time on the weekend, and you don't even get no benefit of it. Like, if they let me keep it, I'd be happy, because that's some money, that's some money in the pockets. But they don't do that crap. I'm like, this just sucks. So it was like, and the thing about it is, I don't mind doing the work if they're going to call me, but God damn it, let's get the shit done. Quit fucking around and messing shit up. And that's pretty much what it was. One big cluster over the weekend, and it was just terrible. So I'm not carrying that bitch right now. I made sure Daryl took that shit today. I was done with that shit. I'm carrying it one day early for him during Christmas, so he can take it today. Give me a fucking headache.
You gonna have it during Christmas?
Yeah, I have it on Christmas Eve. Yes.
Oh, that sucks.
I actually work Christmas Eve. I'll be in Houston that day.
I'll be Ubering that day.
Yeah, maybe I'll join you after I get off of work at 3.
Because it's supposed to be, from what I heard, some good money on New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve.
Well, see, that's the thing. I can use the day from working on that day and take the day off on the 31st, which is what I'm going to do.
So you're not be Ubering 31st.
That's right. And every time I see you, I'm going to make sure I puncture a hole in your tire. Nah, I ain't going to do that shit. Nah. So, yeah, that's how my weekend went. So, it was okay. So
could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. I mean, the weather's just really messing with you here. And then my sinus has been going between clogged and running left and right. And then last night I made the mistake and had a bowl of cereal for dinner. Because I didn't really want to eat what was made, and it wasn't a lot anyway, so I let my wife and my son eat it. So I had a bowl of cereal. So this morning I paid the price. And this afternoon and this evening.
Milk does that to you, sir?
Yeah, apparently now it does.
So
it never used to. Now it does.
Lactose intolerant?
No, I'm not lactose intolerant. It just runs the body. So that's my version of my curl and blow. So that's what I was going to say. So you did the cleanse, and then you did the sick cleanse. So which one was more effective?
Well, definitely the cleanse.
Which cleanse? The sick one or the good cleanse?
Not the sick cleanse.
It comes out both ways on the sick cleanse, doesn't it?
I don't know. What is it about? Whenever I get sick, I want to have a bunch of sweet crap. Like, I want to have ice cream. I want to have all these comfort foods. I'm like, wait a minute. I eat this stuff. I'm just going to stay sick longer. Why do I want to eat this stuff?
Because your body wants to be happy.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Your body is a wonderland.
Oh, wow.
Not to
That's
me.
nasty.
Not to me, to your brain. Not to me.
Well, anyways, we're going to go ahead and have our interview with
Manilyn?
Manilyn, just
Manilyn,
like
okay.
Manilyn.
Hi.
Hey.
Bienvenidos
Hi.
a Critical Thinking
Yeah.
Podcast.
Okay. Good morning and good evening there.
Yeah, good morning, because it's morning for you over
Yeah.
there.
But they're already on Tuesday, right? You're Tuesday?
Yeah, so I'm living in the future. Yeah. Just
She's in the
kidding.
future, man.
We've got to go back.
Yeah.
Back to the future.
Back to the future. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So how's your morning going then?
So of course, I started day early because I'm usually awake the whole evening. Yeah, that's my usual routine. So, but to prepare for this, I slept earlier than usual.
See, that's brilliant. Why didn't you guys think of that?
To sleep before we came? Because I
Yeah.
was driving. We'll be dead. Hey, Rick, where we at? Upside down on 59. Dead. Where with Jesus now? Thank you, Sean. So she's
That'd
not
be a great interview. I'm just saying.
nice. Wait a minute. We're not with Jesus. I'm sorry. We went the wrong way. So, are you ready for round 2?
Round 2. Okay.
Well, technically round
Who's
1.
the winner last time?
Yeah, this is round 1, and we're going to start this off
Okay.
with deep down and personal stuff.
Wow.
I'm messing with you.
Serious.
So, I
Okay.
got to mess with you because, I told you, beware. I warned you, didn't I?
know.
No.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting ready now.
Well, of course, you remember myself, Miguel, Rick, and Sean. Actually, Sean's here today. So we're going to let Sean take the lead a lot on the questions because, number one, he wasn't here last time, and Rick and I can't remember half the damn things we asked you. We're that freaking
That's
old.
good. That's good. So that it will be really, really real and authentic.
So I guess what we want to start off with first is please introduce yourself, who you are. Give our audiences a little bit about Manilyn.
All right. So, well, I'm 28 years old. I'm living in the Philippines, and I'm an online freelancer because I don't like having a boss. And now, just this year, I started being a singer-songwriter professionally. Yeah, just this year.
That's pretty awesome. So I was looking over just a little bit, doing a little bit of research on you and just seeing even on your Facebook profile, I've seen a lot of things that you've been involved in, everything from copywriting to you're doing some teaching stuff. This is some really cool stuff. Like this, you're definitely on like more of the entrepreneurial edge. So what got you thinking in that direction?
Well, I consider myself as a Jill of all trade. I can do a lot of things, though I'm not exactly a master of anything right now, because I like doing different things. So I get bored easily. So I need to jump from one thing to another. And it's hard for me to stick on one thing. But the only thing that I can commit to is music. So that's why.
Gotcha. So
That's
has that been a lifelong interest for you, music?
Yeah, I mean, when I was young, I'm just doing it as a hobby. And then eventually, as the years went by, it feels like the dream is haunting me. So after graduating, I realized, I really need to do it. I need to find a way to do it. So I decided to quit my corporate job and do freelancing to have some time for music.
Gotcha, because that's definitely the challenge. I mean, we deal with it in America. I know it's kind of a problem in Europe too. I guess it's everywhere that's been affected by the West and by Western culture. We all have the job, the salary chain around our necks that you have to put in your 40 hours a week or whatever, and that makes it very hard to have the time and energy to pursue creative interests and other things. So you saw that there was a need.
Here.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Especially here, because the traffic in Manila. If you Google about it, it's really terrible. And the usual 15-minute drive would be like 2 hours because of traffic.
Sounds like
So
Houston.
it's like, yeah, it's like wasting, 2 hours of my life going to the office and another 2 hours going back to my place. So 4 hours of wasted time because of traffic. I'm not really driving. Yeah, I tried to learn, but it's not my thing. So I'm gonna leave it to other drivers. But yeah, crazy driving. Okay.
So for your music, what would you describe as sort of the genre and the feel of the music that you're trying to bring out into the world?
Right now, it's my first year, so I'm experimenting on different genres. So right now, the next album would be kind of Latin. But based on my personality, I like to do different things. So maybe, why after this new album that I'm going to create, that I'm creating, it would be a totally different thing again. I'd like to reinvent myself once in a while. So, yeah, expect something different all the time.
Hey, I can get used to that for sure. So what would be some of the primary musical influences for you?
Okay. Well, as a kid, I like, musical. So I'd like the Broadway kind of music. And then as a teenager, I like Avril and then switched to Pink and then songwriting. Recently, I'm drawn into the music of Lady Gaga because she's a real performer. So the evolution is like that.
Gotcha. So going kind of a little bit in that vein, since you said that you're into the Broadway, you're into the musicals, did you ever see The Greatest Showman?
Yeah. Oh, it was really good.
What did you think of that?
Just a masterpiece. I have, there's no other word to describe it.
Absolutely. We definitely said, we all agreed that it was the best movie of the year at least, if not like one of the best of the decade for sure. Opening the floor to one of you guys.
You
got anything to say?
I'm just watching you go, man. Like he had a couple of drinks and he's gone. Gone with the bad self.
I've had about 320 milligrams of caffeine or something and a little alcohol mixed in there too. So,
wow, that's a good combination. I was thinking of the same thing earlier because last time, I realized coffee was not really good for me before interviews. So I realized I should try alcohol. But I forgot to buy wine.
Hey, there you go. And it's all about balance with that because you can use an upper and you can use a little bit of a central nervous system depressant at the same time, as long as you're not doing anything too extreme with the amounts, and then you get a nice boost of energy, and at the same time you get laid back and you get relaxed to where you can just kind of cut loose and talk and converse. So it's kind of just like finding where it really works for you. And I find for me, I can mix the caffeine and the alcohol, and it takes out the nervousness. It takes out the edge, but I still have the relaxedness, but I also have the energy at the same time. So it's a nice combo for me.
Okay, I haven't tried the combination of the two. Yeah, I was scared earlier to drink alcohol because I can get out of control maybe. So that's not a good thing, I guess.
Well, self-control is good. That is always a plus. Miguel.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Miguel, talk about self-control.
Oh, I have control. You're lucky. Because if I didn't have control, this interview would be bad shape right now.
Oh, no. Maybe I'm not yet prepared for that.
No, no one's ever prepared for that. But let's go ahead and keep it going. Now I'll take over for Sean. Rick, unplug his mic. So who gave you your first shot at doing an album?
All right. So last year, an independent producer from UK contacted me, but I don't have the gear. I can't record. So we did not talk after that. So he's telling me, oh, you should have gear. And I don't know how to really record. I just have my own microphone at my home, but the quality is not for professional recording.
Gotcha.
So yeah. And then around January the 3rd, after I made the cover of the song For Good, it's a kind of musical from The Wicked. A producer from Russia contacted me, and then he sent me a demo mix, and words came, just running into my head, and I like it, and then it started like that, and we released what we did in January. We released in March, and the first producer who contacted me, we got reconnected because of that song that was released. And that song is called Familiar Stranger.
You look at me like it's not our first time to cross paths in this world. You felt like I saw a familiar stranger, someone I used to know. Someone I used to know.
So because of that song, I got new opportunities. Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. I noticed you said first there was a producer from the UK, and then it's a producer from Russia. I think it's really cool that kind of, I'm geeking out a little bit here about how much there's this international cooperation with music, with how the internet has kind of changed the world, where you have Russians and people in the UK working together with people from the Philippines. We're having all of this creative and this artistic, just synergy that's going on here. Has that been kind of interesting to you, the way that's worked?
Yeah, I mean, in a good thing there's internet in this era, because internet is a good equalizer. People in the past cannot really have these kinds of opportunities easily. So yeah, we're lucky. We're lucky. Yeah.
I agree completely.
It's like music just brings everybody together.
Please tell me you did not just use that cheesy line.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Music soothes the beast.
That's okay. We'll throw in some like violin strings behind that.
You're the one that said soothes the beast.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
By the way, you mentioned before, Sean, that you like making some songs and writing lyrics.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Yeah, it's definitely it's always been a big passion for me. My dad was in a rock band back in his day. They actually had some opportunities to go pretty big, but he kind of had to pull out because he realized that the whole lifestyle that was going to go with it was something that was not going to be the best thing for him personally. But it's and my mom, on the same note, was also a singer, so she loved it. So there's a lot of music in my blood, and
wow.
Yeah, and then my brother, he
must be a natural.
Yeah, I mean shut up, Miguel. You don't know nothing about music. Shut up.
I know you. That's all I need to know.
You do not know me as well as you think.
All right, come on, break out some songs.
Oh,
I'm not breaking out any songs on you.
Come on, break out some Christian music. Are you washed?
I don't do that. What are you talking about? That's not my kind of music.
So there will be a competition here. So yeah, first contestant is
scene
Miguel.
off. Yeah, we're going to scene off right now. No, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this right now.
I break out that voice on you. You be thinking it's Julio Iglesias singing over here, bro.
I'm going to think the devil came is what I'm going to think. Stop it, please.
Some more on our guest and less about Sean. Manilyn, I see you have a thing on vandalism. Is this where you do videos where you sing, I'm assuming?
So it's like YouTube, but a platform for many singers and songwriters.
Yeah, I was just looking at that, and I wanted to ask you, I noticed here you have gotten quite a few views on there. That's pretty cool. I see you noticed that some of your influences are Nat King Cole, Avril Lavigne, Sarah Bareilles, and Shania Twain, and all those people. That's pretty interesting. And Lady Gaga, Pink.
Yeah, different combination, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's hard to mix them together. Yeah.
Blues, country, folk, classical, alternative, jazz, oldies, pop, and R&B.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a crazy mixture. That's why I had a hard time in the past years trying to figure out what I really want. Yeah, that was a struggle. Yeah, in the past years. But yeah, I'm learning more about myself, so I have some idea of what I want.
That's great. And for me, I can definitely relate to that, because I mean, I my taste started with back where my dad really created the kind of music that he did, rock band. So it was kind of 80s metal and all that kind of stuff. He had the cassette tapes and stuff in the car, and we would jam out as we're on the way to the gym and stuff like that when I was a little kid. So that kind of developed my musical taste, and from that point on, is the same kind of thing for me, where I have enjoyed so many. I've broadened the horizons. I've enjoyed so many different genres. I definitely feel on the same level. I've dealt with that kind of struggle myself too, where there's so much variety that you're into that it's like, what do you want to do then? Because it's like you can't necessarily do everything, but you really want to do everything.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, same way. I'm just enjoying the process, and I'm trusting that eventually, I'll be able to really define what I want. As an artist, as a musician. Yeah.
Now, I do believe, and I think I talked to you once before, and I think it wasn't on this show, but you mentioned to me how much music really, really means to you, the lyrics, how everything with you has a purpose or has a special meaning. Would you mind elaborating on that?
Yeah, definitely. Because, if you'd ask me what I do for fun, well, I can't answer that because I just do things, not for fun, but for a certain purpose. Well, fun can be a purpose, but usually I have a certain, plan in mind before doing anything else or before deciding to do something. So when it comes to lyrics, I really believe music is a language, and I'm into language. And it's a way of telling a story or experiences, and it's a way to communicate. So that's how I view music.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to kind of, as you were even in the explanation, that was a question I had formulated was, so it seems that to me, that story is kind of the driving factor for you then, because like you said, it's not necessarily about fluff, about fun or whatever. There's meaning, there's something that you're actually trying to bring to the table, trying to convey of substance through your lyrics. So what's a big theme? What's something for you that you really want to get out there in the world, sort of your message?
Well, the only thing that I can give to the world is, my experiences, and I'm just hoping that it can possibly impact someone, even at least one person.
I mean, I think you're really inspirational as you are. The things that you've done, going into more entrepreneurial pursuits, just deciding, because you just decided, wow, it's time to leave the workplace and do something for myself so that I can really do what I love to do. That's amazing. That needs to be found and heard in the world so that people know that they can do something. They don't just have to stay chained to the same desk doing the same thing over and over and over again. They actually can get out there. And for you, did you find that there was support? Did you have a support system of people that were like encouraging you and saying, yeah, you can do this?
It was really a challenge, especially here in Asia. We're pretty much traditional when it comes to the work style. So freelancing is like a bad direction, especially for the generation of my parents. So they want me to have a stable job, and they don't like the idea of having no security. So it was a big challenge. And yeah, just this year, I did not convince my father and mother. I just decided that, okay, whether they would support me or not, I don't mind. So anyway, I'm an adult and I can, support myself. So.
Hey, there you go. So you definitely pull yourself up by your own bootstraps with that. So is there anybody that you looked to that was an inspiration that kind of helped you get jarred and going in that direction? Or was it just really just your own kind of self-direction that you knew that it was possible?
Okay, well, when I was working, when I was working 9 to 5, I was hooked into Lenka's music, Australian singer and producer. She started kind of late, around 25. She decided to start doing music. I mean, she finished she finished university first, and then after that, she just in my story, she realized she really wants to do music, and then she studied music for 2 years, and then after 2 years, she put herself out there, and it took off. And now she's producing her own songs as well. So yeah,
that's really cool.
She's an inspiration in the whole process. I mean, her journey is telling me that okay, there's no deadline when it comes to pursuing what you want.
I know you mentioned earlier. You said you have a Latin album or Latin inspired album coming out. When will that be coming out?
Yeah.
And who inspired you to go Latin on that one?
Okay, so yeah, we're going to release it early next year. That's why I'm still, we're still working on it. And the inspiration, well, actually, it would be a combination of my songs and the songs of my producer. So maybe, 3 from him, 3 from me, and additional ones if ever, depending on the time My producer is actually the standard is the first song that he made me listen to that he feels like is suitable for my voice. So yeah, it's his song first. The first basis was.
So that's really the driving musical influence for you. Were you listening to Latin music before that? Was it something that you even were listening to at the time, or did you really just take that and like, wow, I can run with that?
Yeah. When my producer first made me listen to the song that he was thinking is suitable for me, I was initially hooked into it. Now I'm really, really badly hooked. Because when I was a kid, maybe you're familiar in the history. Philippines was occupied by Spanish people for 333 years. So we have that Spanish culture. And then back in the 90s, we are really a fan of telenovelas. Thalia, Mexican singer.
Dos
Leah.
mujeres un camino.
Do you know? Well, I believe Miguel is a Mexican and also Rick, right?
Psh, whatever. I'm straight up white.
the root.
Not-
These are the whitest Mexicans you'll ever meet.
well, whitekins?
Yeah, okay.
Whitekins. Nice.
So Thalia, she's a big, I guess she's popular worldwide, and she's the current wife of Matola. I can't remember the name. Matola. The ex-husband of Mariah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, she knows more than we do.
Well, I just know a lot about people that I'm interested to, and I admire. So yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that's always what we know best about is the things that we have the most interest in and that actually relate to us. So what matters to you is meaning, is story. You're big into communication. What's some of the cultural influences? Like, what are some of the movies and some of the things that you've watched that have kind of informed your writing?
Okay. There are lots of movies that I really like, but let's just talk about the recent one that I've watched. Yeah, yesterday, I watched Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
Excellent movie.
Yeah. I still, can't get over it. Yeah, yesterday I had my me time because I always having a day off on Monday. Yeah, because I would like to have a different impression about Monday, to remove the Monday blues. I'm always having a day off on Monday, and decided to watch Bohemian Rhapsody. And yeah, I was blown away because the journey was really inspiring. And it's about music and the journey of artists and musicians. So yeah. So going back to the question, I forgot the question. It's a side story. Okay.
It's okay.
It's what was the question again?
You answered the question. It's good.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Miguel
forgot.
Stupid is rubbing off on you.
What the hell?
Anyway, guys, have you watched the movie already?
Oh, I saw it already.
Yeah, I
with my
saw it
daughter.
already too.
I missed it. I was sick.
Oh, you should watch it. You'll be missing half of your life.
Yeah, my daughter and myself both being fans of Queen. My daughter's a huge fan, so that was one movie we were going to go see together, period. And my son with us, and we all enjoyed it. We came out singing and jamming. It was amazing. I was still very... I had goosebumps through the whole movie. Even coming out of the movie, I still had goosebumps. It was, my daughter was insanely happy. I have Queen on my phone, so we were listening to that as we were leaving. We were singing before we came in, and we were singing when we left, and my son was looking at us like we're both nuts. I just told him, well, you got to understand, it's music, and it moves you, and if it's really inspiring, and the great movie was just the story, like you said, and then watching Rami Malek play almost... his acting was just superb that he's now going to possibly be nominated for an Oscar. I was just overwhelmed. The movie was so good. And I honestly could have stayed in there for another hour if they wanted to. It was that good. I didn't want to move. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And just like you mentioned earlier, The Greatest Showman, I love that movie. I could probably sing some of the songs in my head because I know it so well, but
Wow.
I would probably put Bohemian Rhapsody above it. That's how much more I was into that movie over and don't get me wrong, I love The Greatest Showman. But yeah, it was tremendous. And that's the thing, what I was going to tell you now, the point I'm getting to now is music has a way as Rick said earlier, what was that corny line you used again, Rick?
Brings the world together.
Right. Music also has a way of soothing the beast, also relaxing the mood, doing whatever it can to you and inspiring you at the same time.
You talk about me being cheesy.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying because she said that earlier and I'm being 100%. I can get in the car and be totally depressed and be like really down. Because if you have a start to the bad day and you can put on music and depending on what range of music you have, you can continue to put yourself in a worse situation by listening to some, I'm going to go cut my wrist music, or you can listen to some happy song music or something that reminds you. Now, here's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
I can drive into work, and even if I'm in a decent mood, which I usually am when I get up in the mornings, nothing wrong. I can't be in that terrible unless I had a bad night. But I'll get up in the morning. My wife usually makes me laugh a little bit as I walk out the door, and I'm listening to my music when I come in. And I find it extremely funny how you can listen to a song, and you just you actually get caught up in the song, and you listen to the words, so emotionally drawn, and you start thinking of your loved ones. It's just almost immediately. I mean, a lot of the songs on my phone that I have just remind me of my wife. And it's just like, I could be at work and listening while I'm working, and my wife is in my head. And next thing you know, I get a text message from her. And that's kind of funny at times. It's really weird, but that's what music does. Music, to me, touches you at a soul, and that's what I understand is coming from you. And that's a good thing. That's what for me, what it does for me. Now, my question to you was going to go this way. Now, I know you did your other song. What was that song you have out here? Save You One More Time. That song is one of those type of songs that you listen to, and if you listen to the words closely enough, and as the melody and the things are going on, how you're singing, you kind of like, you can lose what's going on in the background, and all you hear are the words, and that's the part that captures you.
Pick up the pieces of your broken dreams. Say goodbye and don't you think about tomorrow. And don't you listen to those silent screams. And if you're out of time, you know that you can borrow.
Your voice, the song kind of gave me a Celine Dion type feeling. And that's and what I mean by that, I mean, it was like a touching song, like a melody that just captures you and just keeps you going, and you're forever hooked until the ends. Sometimes you want to listen to it again because it was that emotional. So that's pretty cool. The question is I have, and I know you were talking about, what was it? Familiar Stranger. And I think I saw something about, or I think you mentioned once before, Braingasmic or something like that along the lines. Any of these songs going to have any video? Considering now that you have a producer or whatever with you, when your new album comes out, whatever, are you going to actually do videos for these songs?
Yeah, actually, I did a music video for Save You One More Time.
Okay.
I'm about to release the teaser of it.
Okay.
And so I am releasing it, one at a time.
Understand
one at a
that.
time.
Being in the Philippines, and I know you're, like you said, your producer was Russian? Did I get that right? No.
Yeah, first one Russian, second is Brazilian, and third one UK. Yeah,
so you have a lot of connections. So interesting that your records will probably be played in those locations. So here's a tough one for you. And again, not going to wish nothing bad on you or anything like that. I'm hoping you get nothing but success. But let's say you release your record and it goes to all different areas and it tries to come to the States, and you become basically popular in only the Philippines and the UK, but nowhere else. Is that fine for you? Is that going to be considered to you a real letdown?
No. I mean, first of all, being able to make music and share the stories that I have in my head and stories that the experiences I had is already a big thing for me. And, being popular is like a bonus.
Gotcha. Now, I understand exactly what you say about being able to get your voice out. So basically, no matter what happens to you down the road, will always be out there. Your music will always be available. It'll always be around. People can listen to it no matter when, how many years down the road. You left a digital footprint of yourself. I get that 100% because that's what we do here. And
I abandoned music for millions of years already. So, yeah.
Go ahead, Rick.
I was going to say speed round, but if you get another one.
No, I was trying to go more or less into the albums. So you had the one single. You're going to obviously do this Latino album that you're going to be dropping here soon. I'm assuming eventually you'll release some singles before it comes out. How much marketing will there be behind this? I mean, will we see any of this marketing in the States, anything like that? Or is it going to be just hit the Philippines area first and then go from there and out? Do you know?
First UK, because I'm producing the album with the UK producer,
Gotcha.
and then Philippines. We're thinking of having a Tagalog version of it, and also a Spanish version. So let's see where it goes.
So what? And again, this is totally different being you're in the Philippines. Obviously, first of all, if you give us information or anything like that, pictures or whatever you want or whatever you have that you're doing when it comes time for that, we'll definitely tweet it out, post it on Facebook, and help you get promotion as much as we can here. And we know somebody in Japan as well, and we'll do what we can to give you, help you with your advertising stuff. Not a problem. But I guess the question is, and I don't know how hard it would be for you to be able to do. I mean, with the one album, I'm assuming you could possibly be an open act for somebody on tour. Has that been discussed? Yeah, I got the questions. They're looking at me like, wow.
That's a big question. Yeah, eventually that would be the goal. But
See?
as of the moment, I'm focusing on, the creation.
I got you.
And kind of going back on it, who would you like to open for if you had the chance?
Okay, definitely for singers, Lady Gaga, Sarah Bareilles, Pink, yeah.
See, that would be cool. I imagine a lot of people do the album and then they eventually tour. Being touring is kind of big, so you probably need maybe more than one album, I guess, just to be an opening act. I don't know. I don't know the music business. I saw somebody once open up for somebody with one album. They played 4 songs and they were done. I was like, wow, that was terrible. So I can understand why you want more than just one. But that would be cool. And if you did go down, you get to do a tour. Obviously, we're still way ahead of us. So obviously, you probably do a tour on your side of the world and then eventually come to the U.S. I'm assuming, or would you like to do the whole shebang? Let's do a worldwide tour, man. I'm opening up for AC/DC. Yeah, go in the hokey pokey.
Yeah. Cross your fingers. Yeah, cross your fingers.
That'd be so amazing if you had the opportunity to tour. That would be cool. I mean, that just sounds awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to be able to go on a tour ourselves, but nobody wants to listen to us.
Well, you can try. I mean, you have a, songwriter there. Yeah, I believe Sean is doing some, songs.
Sean does a lot.
Right?
Does a lot. Does a lot of writing, a lot of drinking, a lot of reading, a lot of sleeping, a lot of drinking, a lot of... See where I'm going with this? Sean's also very young. He's the millennial of the group. He is 27?
Something like that, yeah.
So he's still a young buck. He's still working on what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
We give him all kinds of crap for it. Because myself and Rick, we're over the hill, about half dead already. So,
Over the hill. Okay.
Yeah, we could be your daddy. I mean, we're old enough. Seriously. I mean, Sean's your age, so that's a good thing. That's why he's on the show, to be able to relate.
Yeah, but it's a good mix because you can, you can cover a lot of ages. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we definitely try to do that. We try to, keep it for everybody. The show is meant for everyone, not just people our age or a whole range. Because we have people from in the 60s to listen to us all the way down to people that are 15 to listen to us. So they know they have the explicit lyrics on there. They know we swear, so they're used to it.
Yeah.
And I'm actually being on good behavior today.
I think we all are.
Yeah, and it's a good thing to bridge the generation gap. I guess that's the root of many troubles.
That's true. And basically, off of your stuff that you're doing so far, you have this one song. How long has this song been out now?
Okay, we've released it September 8th.
Okay.
So it's been, how many months? Oh, I can't think of any math. I can't think of any figure. How many months? September, October. Yeah, almost 2.5 months.
And that was Save You One More Time, right?
Save You One More Time.
And that's the first song you have released ever to be able to be downloaded or bought or whatnot, correct?
Oh, no, the first one is Familiar Stranger.
Okay. And how long is Familiar
Stranger?
And when did Familiar Stranger come out?
Yeah, it was released March 26th.
Okay. So that is my next question. This is where I'm going to go from that. Being that it was released in March, how has been the reaction to that song in your native country and in the UK and everywhere else? What's been the reaction to it? What's been the feedback and the numbers and stuff like that? Do you know?
The figures in Russia, the figures were overwhelming. In Russia,
nice.
It in the first 3 months, it went up to like 23,000, almost 23,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah, so it really helped me land, these new opportunities, into these opportunities. But in the Philippines, we're not into EDM. It's a new thing for us.
Okay.
we're not. Yeah, so that's why in the Philippines, it's really surprising for many of my friends. So what's that? Okay, okay, dance, because usually for dance, lyrics are not really important.
I got you. So
yeah, and
your
they're-
friends are like, you sing? Is it that type of thing?
well, they know that I sing. It's just that they don't know that I would do dance music.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so it was a surprise for them, and they were surprised that okay, you can integrate lyrics, a story into dance music. So yeah.
So you're developing a pretty good following in Russia and stuff like that. What about the UK?
UK, I'm starting to penetrate the market.
That's cool. That's very
So
cool.
you have ideas on how to do that? Yeah, maybe I could learn some strategies from you guys.
What we've seen a lot is people put a lot of stuff on YouTube, and you link and you tweet, you link them out there, and you tweet things out. And when you're ever using anything you can use hashtags, use the hashtags like hashtag UK, hashtag England, hashtag music is life, hashtag music lyrics, that type of stuff.
Hashtags.
Yes, definitely. You do that stuff, and then you tag people like who have a big influence in that genre or the influence in that area. Because sometimes if they're pretty cool, they'll look, oh, cool. They'll click it or they'll link it. But even if they don't, a lot of their followers will see it and like, oh, let's check this out. So, it's just, you just got to get lucky, I guess. Because that's the same thing for us. We're just trying to get lucky here and there. I mean, I knew somebody who had like, and I'm just going off track, but I knew somebody that was only giving like about 150 downloads an episode. And then one big guy made one comment, and all of a sudden now he's getting 350,000 downloads an episode. So yeah, that's all it takes. Just takes one person or one hit or one lucky break.
Yeah, that's the exciting thing about it. You'll never know what would happen next. Yeah.
And I'm assuming your producers probably have a good idea how to help you get into that market. And they're probably working on that now. I mean, especially if you have that nice following in Russia. So what you want to do there is you build on that, and then you can use that to segue your way into England. And I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to see what your next album, your album, not just a single, which is going to be interesting because then you're going to have a lot more to go off of. And the funny thing is you'll have people like myself or even Rick that'll listen to your album, and you'll be like, oh man, like in Bohemian Rhapsody, we want to open up with this song, not Who Loves My Car. People will love, you'll be like, this is my greatest 3 songs. And people are like, yeah, those are really good. But then they'll like the one that's really obscure. Like, this is my favorite. Because that tends to happen sometimes. People wind up liking the songs that aren't really mentioned or picked a lot. So who knows? You'll never know. So we're pretty excited for that. And again, when you get ready to release the album or you get to that point, you're more than welcome to come back on. You're more than welcome to send us anything you want.
So we've been touching a lot on your musical career, but you have a lot of tastes. You're into a lot of different things. So tell us a little bit about a day in the life of Manilyn. What kind of things do you do daily?
I am a workaholic. It's not bad. I'm not promoting people to be a workaholic. But, there's a saying that when you do what you love, you will never work. But I believe it's the opposite. When you do what you love, you will work all the time.
Oh, the hell with that.
You get what I mean?
The hell with that. I need a sugar mama. I don't want to work anymore.
No, I do get what you mean. Because, for me, I do the same thing. I do freelancing. I do a lot of things on my own. That's where my income primarily comes from. So most of what I'm doing is what I choose to do, what I feel like doing. So I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of music. I do a lot of things that you get to the point that you're just consumed with your projects, and you're like, when was the last time I did something that didn't mean something?
Hey, you still working on that?
Yeah.
A little novel?
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm still writing. I'm
can
writing
relate
that
to
one.
freelancing lifestyle, huh?
Yeah, it's a great lifestyle. It starts to blur the line between what's fun and what's work, and that's really, I think that's when you get into the best experience of life, is when it's so blended together that you're having to actually say, okay, I need to relax my creativity muscle for a little while now and do something that doesn't take anything.
Say what? Relax your what?
I say creativity muscle.
Okay, I just
something you wouldn't know anything about. Moving on.
Really? Really? Who is never mind. I'm even gonna mess with you on that one. But I was gonna give you a little love there, but now I'm gonna give you a little sarcasm.
That did not look like the facial cues of giving me love, Miguel.
I was gonna praise you for a little bit. I don't praise anybody. No,
I'm sensing back mountains here.
No, and I understand what he's talking about, because the moment this podcast feels like you're having to struggle to do work to actually do this job, then it's time to stop. So like when Rick does all the research, if it starts to bother him, he doesn't like it anymore, then he knows it's time to walk away. And when I get tired of looking at these ugly guys, it's time for me to walk away.
And I thought you were sick those times. You bastard.
Yeah, I'll be learning how to compartmentalize. Right now, everything is, weaved together in my case.
Yeah, so obviously time management skills is huge for you because you have, you're constantly working, doing this, and that. You got to make sure you put enough time and definitely don't want to burn yourself out.
Yeah.
The thing I'll say is by being young, and I can say this being older now, is that when you're a young person, you take on a lot of stuff and you try to do it all at once. Eventually, you end up taking a little too much and don't realize it, but you continue to kill yourself to try to knock it out. You have to make sure when you look at what you're doing, that everything you're working on is what you need to be working on. In other words, you may be doing something a little bit extra, which you don't really need to do at this moment, at this time, because it's not really affecting and it's not going anywhere, which will then frees you up with some more time to do the stuff that you actually need to work on. That would be my advice to the younger generation. Focus on what's going to actually do something for you. Check me out. I'm getting all existential up in here.
I'm hearing my dad.
Nice. I'm ready to go to your room.
That's true, though. It is all about prioritization, and one of the biggest mental tricks I've learned with prioritization is that our tendency is to kind of look at it in this scale of, well, there's the low priority and the medium priority and the high priority, but the reality is we should really look at priorities as more of order of operations. What do you do first that helps lead into the next priority and then the next thing? And it's more about momentum and actually getting in toward the direction, the goal that you're working toward.
Understand. Yeah, you definitely can't go to K if you haven't done A through, whatever. So. But the other thing I was going to say is acting like a father now, since I was called out on that. Okay. As I have a daughter who's your age, I understand that you were talking earlier about how your family and how they really didn't get, you're trying to do this and they want you to be stable. They want you to have a job. They want you to have a security blanket is what they want. That's all it comes down to. They want you to be able to have something to take care of yourself and whatnot. You did mention, like you said earlier, you're grown. And so you have to make your own decisions and try your own. You have to follow your dreams while you can, while you're young. And here's the thing. We as parents will tell you that. We'll tell you need to have something stable. You need to have this to make sure you got to have livelihood. You got to make sure you do this. So we're not telling you not to chase your dreams. We're just trying to instill in you, make sure you do have a fallback plan. But the thing is, even if you do go chase out your dreams and if it doesn't come true, now I'm not saying this is for you, but for anyone else, don't worry. Your mom and dad are still going to pick you up. They're going to be there for you. Because that's what I told my daughter. I said, do what you got to do. Try what you want to do first now. Figure it out. Because when you get older, you don't want to be like, oh, this is not what I want to do. I should have done this. No, don't have time for that. Do what you need to do now. I got you. I know what you're trying to do. If you have any problems, I'm here for you. And I learned this great advice from my wife. I can't take that for myself. I've had to learn how to become a better father as time has gone on, and my wife has taught me a lot. And so I've learned that I'm there to pick up my daughter when things crumble, give her a helping hand when she needs it, or encouragement, or step back and watch her work through it herself. So, I'm all about you chasing dreams. And I bust Sean's butt over here, but I hope he does achieve and write his book eventually, or what he's going to do. I'm really rooting for him. I would love for this podcast to blow up so that he could be like the man and never have to do anything ever, be able to take it easy. I mean, I'm all about people chasing their dreams. I think that's what makes the world great. And you never know. Yeah. You never know what can happen unless you actually reach out for them stars. Straight up. Check me out now.
I'm really happy to hear that you've given such advice to your daughter because, I'm under the impression, initially, when I was younger, I was under the impression that Western families, especially Western parents, are very, individualistic. So there's no, safety net for their kids. So that's my impression. And it's good to know that you have a different,
my father used to tell me at 18, you're out the house. But they were there for me as well. I think that maybe and I can't speak for Sean on this, but I can probably speak a little bit for myself and Rick on this, being that we are Hispanic. It's family.
Yeah.
It's family. Yeah. And it's something I've raised my kids on, and I put in that beat into their brain since they were young. Now, I don't know, and I'm not preaching here, but for you to better understand the story, I'm going to say here, I have 4 children. I think I've told you, I don't know if I mentioned this to you before. I have a daughter and 3 sons, 2 from 2 different wives, 2 sets from 2 different wives, okay? None of them are mine. Not one single one is my child.
Really?
None of them are my blood. The daughter and her brother, the 2 oldest, from my first marriage, but yet I'm dad to them. As a young kid, when I was their father, their stepfather, I would kind of teach them, don't fight, because as you get older, that's all y'all going to have if something ever happens to me and your mom.
Yeah.
Now, married to my wife now, I kind of preach the same thing to my 2 younger boys, same thing. And now they're good with the other 2. So now they're a family of 4. They all call themselves brothers and sisters. There's no step. There's no nothing. This is my brother. This is my sister. And they'll fight you on it. And what's funny is I was messing with my daughter one day. She was picking on the baby boy, the young boy, which is technically not her brother. It's technically her stepbrother. But again, I raised them so it's only brothers and sisters. And my daughter looked at me, what did you just say to me, Dad? Because all those years you taught me about family, and family is everything, and make sure you love your brothers and sisters because it's all you have. I was taken aback. It's like, yes, ma'am, you're right. I'm corrected. Because I was joking with her, I was picking on her, and she threw my words back out at me. So I think that's a lot with Hispanic families. It's about family. You're supposed to be there. There's still some hardcore families that won't stand there to help their children. I've seen the crap. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? That's your kid. I can't understand it. I hate to get on a complete tangent, but it's like, I've seen people just throw their kids away. I don't understand I have this kid. I'm just going to leave him here at this fire department. Oh, I have a kid and I don't want him, and whatever. Or I'm not going to help this kid with his homework. I'm going to go get high or get drunk or whatever. Like, what is wrong with you? I do not understand this world that you are blessed to have a child. My first wife and me, we tried. My second wife and me, we tried. It was not meant in the cards for me to have a child of my own, but I have 4 of my own. And each and every one of them have written me a letter somehow in some way saying that I'm dad and I'm the only father they really can count on. And each one of them has wrote me some kind of letter that's broken me into tears. So that's a good feeling. I have family. I have my kids, and Rick is my cousin. He's blood. I love him to death too. Yeah, and if I need him, he's there for me. And if he needs me, he knows he can call me. Hell, I drove him to work for how many months?
That's good. Like 4 months.
Yeah, it was, I picked him up every day and drove him to work. And picked him up and brought home. Now it's my cousin. Wow. I'm not going to leave him hanging. So, it's family. And Sean is the same way with his family. I can tell you right now, based on what we know about him and his siblings, they're all very close. And that's the way we were raised. So, yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it comes down to values, and then it comes down to what do you value as a person, as an individual? And you kind of have to break it down to, is the world all about you, or is it about the way that you impact the world? And and that, again, back to priorities. The people that are the closest to you is your family. And those are the people that you have the greatest impact on.
And there we go. We just given you your second album. It can be an album all about families.
I'll take note of that.
And one of the songs can be called the CP4.
CP4. Oh, okay.
The CTP4. There we go.
Yeah, why not?
Or the C3, since there's only 3 of us in here right now. That's who we should be. The C3. That'll be our song. So think about Rick, me, and Sean. That'd be great, right?
Be immortalized. Here we go.
We would download that song 1,000,000 times.
we would get tattoos of this stuff or whatever the album artwork is.
Oh, hell yeah, I would. Hands down. That'd be like, that's my song, people. I would even skip your part. I would just put my part on replay.
I'm a serious person, so I might take that seriously, huh?
Hey, see? There you go, man. We're influencing minds all over the world. Look at that.
Wow, scary.
I mean...
yeah, especially for me.
Yeah, my other songs are dedicated for, certain people. So, yeah, most of my songs will be dedicated to certain people as well.
That is awesome. Now, I know you're young, and Rick wants to go into the fast questions, and we'll do that here in a minute, but I'm going to just make the statement. I know you're young. I know you're very young, just like Sean, and I know your music has its meaning right now. But like every musician, as time goes on, and I think you'll be able to answer this, you'll be able to concur with me on this answer, your music is going to be even deeper. It's going to have more meaning, and it's going to be more advanced as you age and as you spend time in the industry. Would you agree?
I would really try to do that. Sometimes some artists would give in to the formula, and sometimes that formula is really profit oriented. So yeah, I mean, profit is good. It's business. Though, after every album, I'd like to have my self-evaluation time, because I want to put something that is really me and something that would send some message. That would be maybe put into use by some people.
That's pretty cool. Have you ever thought of doing like a show? Well, I don't know how it would be. I mean, maybe your producer may think, I don't know, like you said, your following is more in Russia and the UK right now. That'd be pretty interesting. Maybe being involved and doing a show for like a charity. Like if there was a charity fundraiser or something, you know, kind of like in Bohemian Rhapsody, how they had Farm Aid. Like if there was some kind of, Live Aid. It's like, I was thinking Farm Aid. Sorry, Willie Nelson, my bad. Live Aid, yeah. So like if there was a chance to do something like that, I'd tell you to jump all over it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a real supporter of education. So if ever I would sing for charity, that would be for education.
You know what you could do, Rick? And tell me if I'm a little crazy. Maybe like thanks, Rick. Do a song. Let me ask the intelligent one, Sean. Like do a song and like do a GoFundMe or something on the song. Like for every download or whatever the song, the GoFundMe thing, like support the education in the Philippines, something like that. Do some kind of something like that. That'll help you.
Oh,
Yeah,
good idea. That's a good idea.
That would actually get you even more exposure in your own country. So just an idea. They're just trying to throw ideas.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Wow,
Absolutely.
Wow, that's a really good idea.
I want 10%.
This guy.
Hey man, I got a family support, bro.
Well, you know it's 90% of the overhead, right?
Really good segue. It's a good idea, so we should, talk about it.
Here we go. Fast money.
I was like, all right, we're going to do rapid fire.
Single or married?
Single. Married to music. I told you before,
That's right.
If you had a place to go for a date, what would be that place you'd go to?
For a day, well, I like New Zealand. I mean, it's paradise. Just, having my own time with nature, Yeah, it's paradise. You should go there, guys.
All right. I know you're in the Philippines and everything. Favorite food?
Favorite food? Oh, maybe you're familiar with roast pig here. Lechon, we call it lechon. It has crispy skin. I love the crispy skin of roast pig. So maybe have something like that in Mexico. I'm not sure.
Chicharron.
Exactly. Chicharron. That's what she's talking about. Yeah. The pig skin.
Yeah.
Deep fried.
Yeah.
Eat the
But it's a different thing. Chicharron and lechon.
Yeah.
But almost. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about because there's a restaurant here that has the roast pig. Carabas.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty good to eat there. Okay. Let's see here. So, you're walking about the street and someone comes up and asks you for an autograph. Do you sign it or do you leave me alone?
Why not? Depending on my mood. I'm sure they would understand I'm a human being, Sometimes I have bad days. So if I would ignore, it's just me being human.
You can't have bad moods.
But of course I would.
As you're a singer, you cannot have bad moods yet. Only until you hit the big time. Then you can have bad moods. Right now, you got to be super happy for everything.
I'll take that advice. But yeah, well, let's see.
You can't be the diva yet.
Yeah, you can't be diva. I just want green M&Ms. Go ahead, Sean. You're next.
Okay, so since you're single, what kind of person would you be interested in dating?
Not you, Sean.
Okay, that's a good question because I the second song that I released, it's called Braingasmic. So that talks about the kind of person that I really want to be like a life partner, a braingasmic kind of man.
Okay, we got to look at that one, guys.
Oh, God, he thinks he's educated now.
See, we just gave all you single guys out there a hint right now. Go look at Braingasmic.
Nice.
It's a big hint. Yeah.
Favorite superhero?
Superhero. We have a superwoman here in the Philippines, but we call her Darna.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Darna.
We're going to have to look that up now.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow.
Look it up. It's a popular comic. It started as a comic, in comics. So I believe you guys are into comics, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
no, we're not nerds.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a massive collection.
That's his sarcasm over here.
Let's keep it on the tone of the dating thing then, since you guys want to stay there. All right.
Dating.
All right. So,
Okay.
when you do go out with a gentleman, do you like having the full gentleman act where they hold the door open, they pull the seat out, or are you more the independent woman saying, I got this, I can do this myself?
I guess that's extreme example. I guess there are men who are a combination of the two. So I like the combination.
Okay, so I'll be like, sit down, woman. Sit your behind down before I make change. Go ahead, Sean. The mind is ticking, and that's bad.
Save the day. Okay, so what would be your favorite movie of all time?
Movie of all time. Oh, that's really hard. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a brutal question.
Oh my gosh, it's hard. Yeah, last time I mentioned about Her, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, maybe. I guess I'm not sure if it's really popular there, but it received a certain award. I can't remember. I'm not good with names, but I like it because it's giving us a different perspective about love. That love is not limited to a person. Love is really. Love can be given to anyone, anything, and that's not wrong. So a different perspective that people should think about. So that's why I like Her. The other, I have many movies, but it's hard to think about that. Yeah, movies in mind.
You're an animal lover. And what is your favorite animal?
I'm a cat lover. I mean, who hates cat?
I know a few people that do.
No, I'm with you on that one. I really like cats. I mean, it depends on the cat because some cats have a nasty attitude, but we have this cat that is kind of like the neighborhood cat, but he's got this really like he acts like a person. Like he comes to the door and literally meows because he wants to be petted. And he's got this gray fur and these like little white boots and really, really interesting guy, but they call him Thomas. But he's such an interesting cat. But he'll literally just come over to visit, and he'll just meow at the door because he wants to have his tummy rubbed and stuff like that. So he's an interesting cat. But yeah, we've had a lot of really nice cats in our past. So
yeah, very nice.
But I understand the point that cats can be annoying, but cats are like women, don't you think so?
I agree.
They meow all the damn time.
They all want their tummy rubbed, right?
Whoa!
That's true of dogs too, though. So,
oh my god,
everybody wants their tummy rubbed.
So this is an animal conversation now.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. My question is a little bit more on the serious side. No. All
right, last round.
No, not last round. I got like 30,000 more questions.
All right, then let's go.
All right, oh no.
Have you ever been drunk?
Yeah, of course.
So drunk that you couldn't make it back home.
Yeah, I mean, the very first.
We know the bad stuff now.
No, I mean the very first time I tried to drink, I really had the intention of pushing myself. So after that, I realized, okay, I can just handle 4 bottles. Okay, so yeah,
4 bottles of what?
4 bottles, my limit. A beer.
Okay.
So 4 bottles of liquor. I'd be like, whoa.
What's your favorite drink?
Favorite drink?
Beer,
and I'm a coffee person actually. Yeah.
That's an interesting combination. Nothing
I
like
need
having
coffee, else I'll be a monster. Yeah.
Nothing like having some Folgers with some Budweiser.
Yeah. Favorite hobby?
Hobby. Okay. Recently, I'm into photography, but I'm not the one taking the pictures. Yeah.
Modeling.
I
Then.
like posing. Yeah, I like posing. Not yet a professional model, but yeah, I like posing. But I'm into the artistic side of photography. Yeah.
Now, being that I have access to your Facebook and stuff and seeing that I can see pictures and stuff, were you dressed up as a fish or something or a mermaid?
Yeah, that was how many years ago? 6 years ago. Yeah, I like doing something creative, like making costumes or cosplaying. Yeah, before. Yeah, I used to do that.
So you were into cosplay?
Before. Yeah, when I was in the university. I mean, I still like to make costumes, but recently, as we were talking about priorities first.
Right. So it comes down to what you actually have time to do. So for you, is this then? So your strategy, your plan going forward, is scening really like the thing that you're wanting to make the bread maker for you?
Yeah. Like I would like to make it sustainable because that would allow me to create more. Because right now I'm just doing it after my work, after my quota for myself. Yeah.
So it's definitely the big passion.
Yes, of course.
Pet peeve.
Pet peeve. Okay.
Talking to you three
All right.
bastards.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it evolved. I used to be an OC. Like for example, the toothpaste. Some people just press it, on the upper part, and so sometimes after when you're the one who would use next, you have to press it harder because it's empty on the upper part. So yeah, that's a really that's my pet peeve. So I want people to press it at the lower end so that it would be easier for the next person.
I know exactly. She's suffering from OCD. She can't handle the fact that people. I don't like that crap either. I always look at like, who the hell squeezed my toothpaste in the middle? That's what I say when I look at it. Like, all right, somebody's using my toothpaste.
I do it every night, Miguel.
Whoa. All right, my next question is going to be multiple, so you guys are going to have to sit back and wait. All right, you ready?
Multiple question. Okay.
Yeah, it's all going to roll into. It's going to all roll into one big question. How tall are you?
153 centimeters. Yeah.
Okay. How much do you weigh?
You don't
44.
ask a woman how they weigh.
Wait, shut up, Rick. Damn. Okay, how much do you weigh again?
44 kilograms.
Okay, what is that in pounds, Sean?
I don't know.
That's good. Oh my gosh.
I can't do the
Less
metric
than
conversion in my head.
No
Yeah.
problem. Reason why I
Maybe-
asked this, the next question is going to be in regards to that information. Being how everything here in America, and I don't even maybe in some parts of the other world, for singers, actresses, and whatnot, it used to be, even models, used to be how they look. And what I mean by look is how if they're small, skinny, or are they large. Does that bother you that you feel that you have to maintain a certain look, or you don't give a damn and tomorrow you'll be 5 foot, 275 pounds, so long as you can still sing?
Oh, I like keeping this kind of frame because I'm not too tall. So I'm sticking to the petite figure.
But it's not because of social pressure. It's because what? It's because you're healthier at that. You feel healthier, correct?
Yeah, feel healthier, and I like myself that way.
That's great.
So it's for me.
She likes to be able to see her toes. Gotcha.
Yeah. Pretty sounds like a narcissist,
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh my gosh.
So
I'm revealing my inner me.
Let's ask the bathing suit questions now. You ready?
the what questions?
Are you a two-piece or a full bathing suit person?
Yeah, both. That's my mood. Yeah.
She already told us that she's got a lot of taste, so
Yeah,
Exactly.
or just like fins for mermaids. Yeah.
Fins. There you go.
Nice.
Go ahead. Your next question, Sean.
But nowadays, you can buy like silicone fins. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Rick, you need some fins?
No, I'm good.
By the way, I converted the kilograms into pounds. It's 97.
Wow, you're really, really light. So the wind blows and you fall over.
Yeah. I need a stable ground to hold on to. Yeah.
5 foot, 97 pounds, probably soaking wet. Hair is long or short?
My hair is really long.
There you go. Okay.
Like it can cover my upper body. Yeah.
Sandals, flip flops, or sneakers?
Okay. Well, it depends on the occasion.
What do you wear the most?
Okay, at home because it's hot in the Philippines, so the usual thin clothes. Yeah, because it's hot in the Philippines at
Combat
home.
boots. I got you.
I'm home-based worker, so yeah, when I'm working, I just need to put some jacket to cover the But at home when I'm just chilling.
Now,
Thin
I'll
clothes.
ask you this question, and I don't mean this in a negative way. I don't know
Okay.
the culture, obviously, because I don't live in the Philippines. I know in some cultures, when a young lady of your age and your looks and whatnot is attempting to make something of herself, being singing, popular, or whatever, they seem to be ostracized by men more. Is the culture in the Philippines, are they more hostile to young ladies, or no, not really?
Young ladies, huh? Okay.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, maybe Sean, you can help me put it in better words. I mean, do you feel that you have to cover up all the time that you're out and about because you're not supposed to be dressed that way, or you have to act a certain way? I mean, is that how it is there, or no? Or it's just free to be who you are?
There's, Philippines is, a mixture of different kinds of people.
Okay.
So there are really some people who are into the traditional side. So they would raise their eyebrows when they see you, with almost nothing. but some people are also very open-minded. So it's
That's
hard
how I
to
walk
tell. It's a
around with
mixture.
almost nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of threw it in my mouth.
I try to be nude 97% of the time. I'm nude now.
No, he is not. We would not be sitting in this studio with him right now.
Oh, okay. Wow, that would be interesting, especially if the audio, the podcast would be like
on video. Yeah,
would have a video.
I ain't ashamed. I got a god like a body. Buddha.
Oh no, Facebook would blur the video.
That would blur, be a little bitty blur spot.
I noticed Facebook is blurring many things, right?
That's
recently.
messed up, Rick.
Yeah, that's true. They are censoring a lot.
Yeah, they censor too much. That's the thing that's really bothered me. That's why I just wanted to know how the culture was there. That's cool. Sean, you got anything else?
No, I mean, my only question, other than all of that, stuff that went all over the place, which is kind of the goal anyway, I guess. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's all good.
We don't ask the basic questions here on Critical Thinking Podcast. We don't try to be everybody else. We ask the interesting questions, stuff people really want to know. I mean, or just messed up stuff that we want to know. So, yeah.
So,
What are you writing down, Rick?
have you done any other interviews before? And if you have, where do we rate for you personally on 1 to 10?
You know what? The reason I was so nervous the last time, it's because this is my very, very first official interview. Aside from the corporate kind of interview,
Right.
So I was thinking, how can I keep up with the lighthearted guys? Because I'm a serious person.
Well, you've done a great job.
Oh, we can be serious.
Seriously messed up, maybe.
Well, I can be all serious. Don't make me turn this into a Walter Cronkite.
Okay,
60
Dad.
minutes. A 60-minute interview.
Now you have a label, me.
That's right.
Dad.
I'm Bernard King. Yeah, thanks a lot, Manilyn. Thank you. Go to your room, daughter.
Miguel, quotation marks, Dad, Garza.
I'm your daddy.
Dang.
Well, I'm just glad that I was able to message you guys on Facebook because that warmed things up. Yeah, it helped me so we can influence one another. Yeah.
All right, this is we'll go ahead and announce where everybody can find you.
Yeah, they can easily chat with me on Facebook. Manilyn Sings Again. Yeah. Also, they can drop a message on Instagram, Manilyn Music, and Twitter, Manilyn Music PH. Yeah, it's really comforting that you guys are really warm and welcoming.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been great having you on. We can tell you're a genuine person. You love what you do. You're a very inspirational person. I think a lot of people are going to be touched by the message and just the example. We are living in a different era where people and young women and everyone can have the opportunities that weren't afforded by any other generation. So it's awesome to see somebody like you that's just stepped out and said, you know what? I'm not going to do the same old thing anymore. I'm going to do what I really love to do and get myself out there. And you're doing it. So, major props to you for, being your own hero.
Yeah, well, thank you for that.
I will say this. We've had many men rappers, men groups on this show already. We've had a ton of female singers on this show. The men have been very outstanding. I'm not going to lie about that. But the women have left us speechless and breathless at times with the answers they've given, the dedication and the love for what they're trying to do. And we feel that from you. And again, I think I've told you, even when our messages and stuff like that, that I do believe you have that certain it to try to make it. And I really do hope everything works out for you because for good people, stuff needs to work out.
Yeah, I mean, I will not stop anymore. I mean, I've abandoned this for a long time, so we'll never stop.
Gotcha. So don't forget on your second album about the Critical Four, we had that one song, all three of us. And now for a solo song on your album, you can call it Daddy Miguel.
Shut up.
Mi papa.
Puppy.
Mi papa. And then you can sing it in Spanish. There you go. That shit'll be a hit, bro. We can put like pictures of me walking in the background, all solo, all sad.
Yeah, all of a sudden,
I'm looking for my daughter. Where's she at? Papi.
You'll be both the inspiration, the creative director.
Exactly. And you can play like the Incredible Hulk theme at the end when I'm walking away with the little stick on my shoulder.
Your shoulder, okay. Okay, let's see. But yeah, I will definitely take note of those suggestions.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
especially what you mentioned about charity something.
Also, one more thing I wanted to tell you. If you have the opportunity, and I don't know if you do, you were asking how to try to get yourself a little bit quicker out there. I notice a lot of the artists that I've seen, go out and cover songs from other artists, and they put them on YouTube. So if you have a YouTube channel, I would say sing other people's songs, whatever, and say it's you, give them credit, whatever it is, and put it out there.
Yeah, and collabs with other artists.
Yeah, and you make sure you tweet us when you do that, and we can retweet it and share it and put it everywhere else as well.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, it's part of the plan. But right now, yeah, I'm just really focusing on, making more songs to show.
Well, definitely keep us informed, and we'll be glad to get your name spread out there in fame.
Oh, thank you. Thank you a lot. I'll do the same thing on my pages.
I will send you my demo tape.
Oh, okay. I'll send them to you.
Miguel's hoping you'll produce him when you get big.
I'm your daddy.
Oh, gosh.
Well,
okay.
Manilyn, thank you so much for being on the show again. We appreciate you coming back, considering the last time was a total disaster. Thanks to the memory card.
Oh, well, but yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, as Sean mentioned, everything happens, and it's for the good.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We had a blast, and I'm looking forward to getting this thing edited. So you have a good rest of your day, and I guess we'll have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night to all of you.
Okay,
You have a good day.
bye.
Bye-bye now.
So there you go, guys. Our episode with Miss Manilyn from the Philippines, and I don't know if Sean had enough opportunity in there to hit on her. What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, I was like, dang. Damn, how many?
I mean, Sean was gone.
He was gone.
I don't know if it was the alcohol or
Once he found out it was single, he was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Ooh, she's 6,
Let's
she's
see
27, she's 5 foot, she's 97 pounds. Woohoo!
You're the one asking the questions about her physical appearance.
I did that for you. I'm your daddy.
Thanks, Dad.
No, she is amazing. She's got one of those personalities that just draws you, and it's infectious. And like for the other singers we've had on the show, we really wish that we had the massive following that we could just snap our fingers and just like make everything come true for them. Because we've met some really good people. And
We really have.
She's one of them. I put her up there. I like her attitude. She's funny. And that's cool, considering she's a very serious person, she said, but she can come down and laugh with us and joke with us, and that's cool. And it takes a certain, what's that word? It's a quality to be able to hang with us. you gotta have a certain, issue with yourself. But yeah, so that was Manilyn. And of course, let me give you a couple of shout outs real quick. Are you ready for that? This podcast is brought to you by Uncanny Comics. Uncanny Comics is located in Rosenberg, Texas, ran by Joseph Cano, where you can go see Venom and Winter, and hopefully Winter doesn't bite you. Nah, that dog won't bite you. But the winter here in Texas will. I'm telling you, it's cold as shit outside. Also brought to you by Tanks Paintball, located in Richmond, Texas, off Southwest Freeway, and where it's perfectly legal to shoot your relatives in the ass, and they can't complain.
No, they'll complain, but then who gives a shit?
That's right. You just shoot back. You got bullets too. And also our new sponsor, Japan Ramen Box. Ramen noodles from Japan, over 2,000 flavors. One is Americano. No, it's not. I don't know. But yeah, they jumped on board with us. And guess what? Who sent them our way? Kyle Harson from Tokyo Munchies. You can go down to him at tokyomunchies.tiktok.com. And if you got the munchies, he's got the munchies. So go to tokyomunchies.tiktok.com. And he's also a sponsor. And on that moment, as you know, we had that somber moment earlier for Stanley. I want to offer my condolences, my deep heart regrets, and anything he needs for our buddy Kyle. As you guys were just informed earlier today, his grandmother did pass away He is going back home to Australia to handle all that stuff, and the loss of a loved one is tough. So my deepest sympathies are for you, my brother. We're here for you if you ever need to call or talk to us, and we love you. God bless you. Be safe on your trip, and I hope everything works out for you well when you're back in Australia.
Much love, bro.
I also want to mention thank yous to Beyond the Dawn, No Fucks Given, WBLZ, also known as Ironic Radio, for playing us and hosting us out there. We really appreciate it. I don't know what else to say. Thank you guys for all the love. Rick is playing with emojis. Sean is playing with himself. It's all good up in this room.
Wow.
So what else you got, Sean? I know you weren't here. You got anything else you want to say or add?
No, just guys, we appreciate everyone that's been a listener, has been a supporter. We appreciate all of our guests. You guys have all been awesome. We've really not had a single guest that we were just like, what? Like, everybody has been a blast to have on. We just appreciate everyone that's a part of this community of a Critical Thinking podcast. And thanks to all of you.
Surprising how much we've grown in a couple of years. I mean, we're really picking up some numbers quickly and fast. It's amazing. Also, Rick, booked us somebody. We have a band coming on next Monday night. Who is it? The Who?
Red Iris.
Leonard Skinner?
The Wish.
Oh, The Wish? Never heard of them.
No, Red Irish.
I do?
No.
Oh, wait, you said Red Irish?
Iris.
Okay.
Iris.
Interesting. And they're a local band, correct?
Yeah, they're local. They're over here, Baytown, Houston area.
Ah.
Nice.
It's not local for me. That's way the hell out there.
That's still. I mean, let's get real.
You know
here.
what they say.
We consider this whole area Houston.
You know what they say. What happens in Baytown needs a cream. I'm just joking. I'm pretty excited because apparently the lead singer works with you, I think, right?
Yeah, she works with me. Yeah.
Was I supposed to mention that? I didn't remember if I could or not.
No, you could.
Okay.
That part, yeah. She works with me. That's how I met them. And that's how I found out about her song, the one song that we did catch on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a chance to hear it, go ahead and get.
So they play out at what, local establishments?
Yeah, just local establishments in Houston.
Looking to get that break?
Yeah.
Or they just do it for fun?
Well, so far it looks like they do it for fun, but who knows? We'll find out more in the interview.
Cool. How many members in the band do you know?
I think it's 5 total.
Nice. They got a cowbell player.
I have no idea about that one though.
Just so you guys know, Miguel's great at the cowbell. All he needs is a little more cowbell.
You got a fever. Well, that's cool. Rick, you got anything to say?
No, I think that's it for today.
Well, gosh, we've been online for a while. We've been talking. We had a great show. I'm glad Sean was in here today as we needed him because we knew he'd have all kinds of questions. As soon as you found out it was a female, he was on. So for myself,
Rick,
and Sean, whoops, my bad. we got to keep him from talking because he won't shut up. Myself,
Rick.
I'm your daddy.
Duct tape.
That's funny. Who are you, sir?
I am Sean the Irishman.
There you go. Rick?
I'm Rick the Rizzo.
And I'm Mig1.
We out. Hey guys, you can connect with us on iTunes
At Critical Thinking Podcast.
and Twitter
At critic_thinking.
and also on Facebook and Instagram.
At Critical Thinking Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, Critical Thinking is on Beyond the Dawn Radio, which is known for playing the best indie radio music around the world.
On Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Central Time.
And if you like the show, please 5-star the episode and tell your friends. So thank you for joining us, thinking shit through one podcast at a time.